Hi everybody, hope you're all keeping well. So today I'm going to do a short video about what to expect if you're someone that accesses the support services either through Sporting Chance or Changing Minds, and what therapy actually looks like. So initially, everyone is prescribed the standard course of therapy, which is usually 6 sessions. So these sessions usually last about 1 hour each. And in between those sessions, you may be asked to do some exercises by your therapist. So depending how they're trained, or depending on the kind of challenges that you're faced with, the therapist might prescribe that you write it in a diary or you do some relaxation techniques such as breathing exercises. So therapy is unique to the individual and everybody experiences it in different ways. We all have different personalities. We're all bringing our own unique situation to the therapist. So there can be lots of different ways in how that therapy develops. In terms of managing expectations, so for those initial sessions, so maybe session 1, session 2, you might be just really kind of getting things off your chest, and depending on the situation you find yourself in, there might be a lot to get off your chest, there might be a lot to vent, there might be a lot to explain or inform the therapist about. So why you may feel that kind of initial relief from just getting all that out in the open and speaking to someone in that non-judgmental context, which can be really helpful in itself. More broader sort of changing thought processes and then changing behaviors can take a little bit of time. So it's not going to be a case of speaking with your therapist for 2 sessions and all of a sudden maybe everything is resolved. So it's very common for treatment to last longer than 6 sessions. Treatment can last up to 10, 12 sessions. Treatment can last for months. Treatment in some cases can last for years. And there may be a specific point along that journey where you feel that you've really kind of gained that insight or gained that clarity about what it is that you're currently faced with. It's completely unique to the individual. I know myself, I saw a counsellor, and it wasn't until maybe kind of session 8 through 10 where I found the most benefit from it. I found where I actually gained a little bit of clarity and a little bit of, oh yeah, kind of moment about what I was going through. So as I said, it's completely unique to the individual, and sometimes it can take a little bit longer than those 6 sessions. So the quality of the relationship between you as a client and the therapist is vital. So that's where the main sort of vehicle for that change is going to happen, is if you really connect with that therapist, if you feel that that therapist feels you and sees you and understands you and understands the emotions that you're experiencing at that time. So therapists, like all people, they have different personalities and they also have different training and different ways of working. So depending on what you're going through, that sort of emotional or lifestyle challenge, you might vibe or you might connect with different people, different therapists, and that's okay. Some people you might click with straight away, some people you might not. So if you don't connect with that first therapist you work with, it doesn't necessarily mean that therapy doesn't work for you. So I think it's really important that although you're patient in allowing that relationship to develop and not expecting massive insight within the first kind of half an hour, first couple of hours, or even 3 or 4 sessions, if on some level you feel that that therapist isn't the right person for you, that's okay. That doesn't mean therapy doesn't work or therapy isn't for you. And you can actually ask to change therapist. Either if I've referred you on, you can get back in touch with me and we can have a discussion about it, or you can kind of speak to the therapist themselves, or you can speak to Sporting Chance and Changing Minds and say, look, I really appreciate the time that you spent, the time that we spent together, but I feel this isn't quite working for me. Is there any way we can change things up? Here's what I feel might be of more benefit. Kind of things like that. So it's really important that the therapy is for your benefit, and if you feel that you're not getting it from it, that you speak up. So just as a little recap, change in terms of thought processes and behaviors does take time, and patience is really important, and to not expect massive change within the first 1 or 2 sessions. The therapy is for your benefit, So if you don't feel that it's working, you can speak up. You can talk to the therapist in that session saying, I'm not sure about the approach that we're taking. Can we try something different? And then lastly, everyone is different, and you are going to connect with different people. You might not necessarily connect with the very first therapist that you see, and that's okay. You can find a therapist that suits you, and you can find someone that you feel that you have that real connection with. As always, the support numbers are on the slide that will follow. If anything in this video was unclear and you want to get contact with me or with Sporting Chance or Changing Minds, please feel free to do so. Thank you very much for watching.